Indian subsidiaries of two of the largest digital ad behemoths, Google and Meta platforms, have reported their results for the last fiscal. Meta's Indian unit, Facebook India Online Services, saw its gross advertising revenue grow 41% to 9,321 crore rupees as the pandemic boosted the growth for digital ad platforms. Digital marketing has become a centerpiece in the growth strategy of corporations. In comparison, Google India's gross advertising revenue soared 21% to almost 13,900 crore rupees, cementing its dominance. Together, the two platforms control more than 70% of India's digital advertising market. One can agree that Google has become increasingly critical to our lives, more than Facebook. 98% of Indian smartphones are powered by Android, and Google's search engine needs no introduction. Companies rely heavily on its non-advertising services, such as the Google Workspace that provides a host of collaboration and productivity tools, as well as its cloud services. While Google's tools are seen as critical internet infrastructure, Facebook mostly provides a platform to air our views. While Facebook has been a favorite whipping boy, Google remained under the radar despite being a platform for several objectionable content, including the dark web. Facebook invited a lot of political scrutiny over its activities. More recently, when a whistleblower alleged that Facebook struggled to police hate content in India, the Parliamentary Panel on Communications and IT, headed by MP Shashi Tharoor, questioned company officials over it. Google too has a larger Indian workforce than Facebook. This begs the question, if Google is being seen as so systemically important, then why is it flying under the radar of politicians despite its significant presence in content, mainly through YouTube? Last year, an article by the Wall Street Journal triggered a political storm and raised questions about Facebook's content regulation practices in India. The paper reported that the social network company favored one political party. The Google-owned platform hosts a ton of problematic content, including fake news and misinformation. However, it has not drawn as much attention as Facebook. But the same yardstick has not been applied to YouTube, which is by far the largest streaming platform in India. The main Facebook app has 350 million users in India, which is less than YouTube's 450 million. Starting January, YouTube is updating its terms of service, which now requires publishers of news and current affairs content to furnish the details of their accounts to the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. The requirement is part of new intermediary guidelines notified in February this year.
Google, on the other hand, has a slightly, they don't have anything in terms of a social network, so to speak. Scope for two-way interaction is lesser in the products and platforms that Google has. On the issue of running into political issues more in India compared to others, it's kind of natural. If you look at even what happened with Twitter, so a lot of politicians, a lot of public figures, a lot of everyone who's anyone is going to be on one of these platforms, and Facebook, Instagram, and even WhatsApp drive a lot of reach for a lot of politicians. There was, if it was because of a reason that WhatsApp became such a huge issue before the previous Indian elections. And that kind of lends Facebook to a more sort of scrutiny from these figures, Unfortunately, probably for Facebook, they've also been through a series of whistleblower allegations, people who've come out and said that the company hasn't done enough to curb hate speech. They don't take elections seriously, etc. And globally, if you look at what has been happening at Google, there have been issues at Google also. There have been whistleblowers from Google who have complained about the way things work. There have been issues around Black Lives Matter. There have been issues around equality amongst employees, etc. But again, because the nature of the business is such, the basic nature of the businesses is very different.
A major action that Google has faced is a 2-year investigation by the Competition Commission of India over its alleged abuse of dominance in the Android smartphone market. The probe reportedly found that Google used its financial muscle to hurt its competitors. CCI's report said Google reduced device manufacturers' ability to opt for alternate versions of its mobile operating system and forced them to pre-install Google apps. Even amid such serious allegations, Google has not faced the wrath of our politicians. Perhaps it is time for our elected officials to give closer scrutiny to the internet giant.
If you like this video, share it and subscribe to Business Standard. For more news, views and insights, log on to www.business-standard.com. Do also follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Telegram and LinkedIn.